Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech, and in this video, I'll be showing you the best features of Asus ROG Phone 2. By the way guys, I've already made a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video, link is in the description. Now with that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone is definitely its display. This phone has a 6.59-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate and with 1 millisecond response time. It also has 600 nits of brightness, supports 10-bit HDR, and it is in a 19.5:9 aspect ratio. It's also protected by a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 6. Now I really can't show you how good this display is on the camera, but it is really good and it is definitely the best display out there, especially when it comes to gaming and fluidity. Now the next best thing about this phone is performance. This phone sports a Snapdragon 855 Plus processor with Adreno 640 GPU with 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 128GB of UFS 3.0 storage in the base variant. These are the benchmark scores. When compared to the Snapdragon 855, the new Snapdragon 855 Plus has 15% faster graphics. Next best thing about this phone is definitely the battery size. And this is the world's first flagship with a massive 6000 mAh battery, and just like the size, battery life is pretty impressive on this phone. Next, this phone also supports ROG Hypercharge. Now just like any other flagship out there, even this phone supports fast charging, but if you get the base variant with 8GB of RAM, you get an 18W power adapter inside the box. But even the base variant supports ROG Hypercharge, that's charging speeds up to 30 watts. You have to buy a separate power adapter for those speeds. Next, this phone also has an in-display fingerprint scanner. So just like all other flagships, even this phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner and it is pretty fast, but it's not super fast like the OnePlus 7T or the OnePlus 7 Pro. With that said, it's still pretty fast and usable. It's probably the second or third best out there. Now the next best feature about this phone is the ultrasonic air triggers. This phone has two ultrasonic pressure sensitive sensors on the top left and bottom right corners of the phone. These sensors or triggers can be mapped to different locations on your phone depending upon the game you are playing. Once you have enabled this feature while playing a game, instead of actually touching the display, you can use these air triggers to perform a specific action, say like shooting in games like PUBG. Next we have the squeeze feature. Just like on the Pixel phones, we have two options, short squeeze and long squeeze. I've configured short squeeze for Google Assistant and long squeeze to toggle the torch. Here's a quick preview. Next we have X mode, which is like a one-touch game ready mode. You can enable it from the toggles or from the armor crate. It's like a simple one-touch toggle that can give you the best gaming experience. Next we have Armor Crate. This is a trademark app that you can find on all the ROG phones and laptops that gives you complete control over the performance of your phone. Once we open the application, first we have the game library, which just lists all the games that you have. And then we have console settings, where we can check out the CPU, GPU and memory usage details, tweak settings related to X mode, air triggers and system lighting all from one place. It also has a list of games that supports 120Hz display, air triggers and more. Next, this phone also comes with a brand new haptic engine. In fact, it's got dual vibration motor that can vibrate in XYZ axis. Few games like Asphalt 9 also support customized gaming vibration. Next we have Game Genie. It's a complete gaming package that gives you a lot of cool options to improve your overall gaming experience. First you need to add games to the game library, and then whenever you open a game and then swipe from the left side of the screen, you get a toolbar with a lot of cool features. You can change the brightness level, lock brightness, block different kinds of alerts, enable or disable air triggers for that specific game, record the screen, run macros, which is a very unique feature that's available only on this phone, and you can also live stream to YouTube and Twitch accounts at a maximum 1080p resolution. So it's a pretty cool package of features. Next, this phone also has dual front firing stereo speakers powered by dual NXP amps and DTS-X Ultra surround sound. It also has a quad microphone setup for noise cancellation. Now the stereo speakers on this phone are really loud, like insanely loud, and you can also compare them with some mini Bluetooth speakers. Here's a quick preview.
Intoxicating your energy. So long you felt the heat evaporating your binding light. Darkness can't hold you here. Golden bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like them, move like them.
Next we have RORGB lighting effect. This is once again a bundle of features that allow you to configure the light on the back and lights from other accessories from Asus. We can also change different lighting effects. We can also change the lighting depending on the phone's state. For example, we can change color when you are playing a game, when the phone is on, and when the phone is sleeping, and so on. Next, this phone also has quad Wi-Fi antenna. Now, Asus is bragging about this quad Wi-Fi antenna setup, which will deliver you highest data throughput in vertical and horizontal orientation. And according to Asus, throughput is supposedly improved from 52 Mbps all the way up to 286 Mbps. Next, Asus is also selling a lot of gaming accessories for this phone. First, we have the ROG Kunai Gamepad Mobile Desktop Dock. This phone also has its own lighting armor case, Wigi display dock, Pro dock, and many more. All these accessories are sold separately. As of now, they are not available in India, but will be sold pretty soon. Next, this phone also has some pretty good cameras. On the rear, it has a 48 megapixel camera with Sony IMX586 sensor, and for selfies, it has a 24 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. These are some sample shots. Next, you also get a wide-angle camera on this phone. This phone comes with a 13 megapixel camera with f2.4 aperture and 125-degree ultra-wide view. Next, we also get the regular portrait mode for both the front and rear cameras. And for the rear camera, you can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. Next, this phone also has a dedicated night mode to take better pictures in low lighting conditions. Here's a quick sample. Now going on next, we also get 3 different themes on this phone. First we have the dark reactor core, next we have light luminous core, and finally a classic, which is just like pure stock Android. Here's a quick preview of all the 3 themes. Next we have a dedicated dark mode on this phone. Now even though Asus has its own dark theme which looks pretty exaggerated, we still have the regular dark mode seen on stock Android phones. Asus likes to call the whole thing as system color scheme, light is default, and then we have the dark mode, and this is how it looks. Now going on next, we have the regular face unlock feature. Now just like most of the Asus phones, face unlock works on this phone in good lighting conditions. It is pretty fast. It even works in low lighting conditions, but it is kinda slow. Even in complete darkness it works, but once again, it's a bit slower. Next we have twin apps. Now using this feature, we can use 2 instances of the same application. Let's say you have 2 WhatsApp accounts or 2 Facebook accounts. Using this feature, you can use those 2 accounts on the same phone. Now unlike MIUI on Xiaomi phones, twin apps is not supported for all the applications, but unlike Vivo or Oppo phones, it's not limited to very few applications either, so it is somewhere in the middle. Next we have a quick shortcut to take a screenshot. Now before I talk about that, let me show you how to take a normal screenshot. Just press the volume down button and power button both at the same time to take a normal screenshot. Now for some reason if you're not able to do that, you can configure your phone to take a screenshot every time you long press the recent apps button. Now I personally wouldn't recommend you using that, but if you take a lot of screenshots and need a shortcut, this will do. By the way, from the screenshot settings, you can change the format of the screenshot from JPEG to PNG as well. Next we have long screenshot. Now you already know how to take a normal screenshot, but for some reason if you want to take a long screenshot, maybe a screenshot of a web page, then this is what you need to do. First take a normal screenshot, and once you're done, click that button to take a long screenshot. By the way, this feature is also not working perfectly right now. First we have the double tap to wake feature. Now once you enable this feature, when your phone is locked and sleeping, you can double tap the screen to wake it up. Now you can use this feature along with face unlock feature to unlock your phone in a seamless manner. Next we have double tap off screen. Now once you enable this feature, you can lock your phone or put it to sleep by double tapping in an empty area on the home screen or even an empty area on the lock screen or even the status bar. Simply double tap and your phone will be locked. Next we have swipe up to wake. Now once you enable this feature, you can simply do a swipe up gesture to wake up your phone. Once again, it doesn't work properly. Next we have flip down to mute. Now once you enable this feature, whenever you're getting a call or alarm, you can simply flip your phone to silent it. Once again, it doesn't work properly. Next we have some screen off gestures. Like when your phone is locked, you can draw a character C to open the camera application, draw an S to open the front facing camera, draw a Z to open gallery. We have other characters as well, and even change the shortcuts according to our preferences. Next we have one-handed mode. Now once you enable this feature, you can simply double tap the home button to start using the phone in one-handed mode. In this mode, screen size will shrink and the phone will become much more easy to use single-handedly, and you can literally do anything and everything in this mode. You can take pictures, answer calls and do everything. If you want to go back to the normal mode, you can simply double tap the home button again or use the button at the top left corner. Next we have pocket mode. Now this feature prevents accidental touches when your phone is in your pocket. Basically, whenever the proximity sensor is covered by something, display doesn't respond to any interactions. Unlike many other phones that offer the same feature, on this phone, we see a transparent tint on the screen and display won't respond to any touches. Next we have glove mode. Now for some reason if you have to use your phone wearing gloves, most of the phones out there do not support it. But on this phone, once you enable glove mode, we can use this phone even after wearing gloves. Next we have battery modes. Few years ago, many phones offered this feature. Like we had performance mode, normal mode, power saving mode and so on. Nowadays, most of the phones just offer you power saving mode and that's all. But on this phone, we have all these modes. We can even access them using a toggle, and the super saving mode actually works really well. You will definitely see a huge difference in battery life with each battery mode, especially with super saving mode. Next we have Auto Start Manager. Now using this page, we can block applications from auto starting in the background. Now there are many times applications like Facebook or Instagram run or auto start in the background to get to your feeds, but they end up draining the battery as well. So if you don't want that to happen, you can disable auto start permission for those applications and further improve the battery life. So guys, these are all the best features of Asus ROG 2 phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my tips and tricks video. Link is in the description. Now if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.